Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushua Barakathum, to the brother Yahweh Shamar, Ilatab, Bahasham Yahushua, to the sisters. This is the California ISUBK Lashawn Qadash class. The Lashawn Qadash stands for Holy Tongue. This is a biblical tongue given to us from the Lord, given to our forefathers. And since 1969, under commanding General Yohanan, the ISUBK has been teaching the truth of the Bible, as well as the Lashawn Qadash, and breaking the mysticism of Christianity when it comes to things like the Holy Tongue. When you think about the Holy Tongue, when you come from a Christian mind, or we would say a worldly mind, you think of a spirit jumping into you, jumping down the aisles, you running, and you just feel like a whole other spirit or some type of demonic stuff. I don't know. That's what it sounds like. But the truth of the Lashawan, in actuality, it is a language. The Lord gave his children, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, their own language. Just like he called them his own people. He has his own people. So he gave them their own language. So with that language, we were able to communicate as well as write and translate and so forth, just like you do today. Just like you would know, in America has actually, and I would say, the Western civilization has copied from the ancient. That's where you would understand how you would get that ba ga da ha wa, and that's actually been before A B C D. So you can actually see the imitation in the alphabetical, and when you see the Hebrew alphabets, you can see that where they kind of got that from, because we are very intelligent people, and in many nations, as far as being in Egypt, Rome, and this continent that we're in now, everywhere we went, those lands flourished because we are those special people. This is why it's so heavy that we start getting back to understanding that we are those special people, not thinking that we are those Crips, those Bloods, those pimps, the prostitutes, all those things that the world deemed us as, gave us that jacket. The Lord said they will call us by bywords. So we've been given many bywords, but we haven't been told that we are the children of the Lord. And that's why you have to come into this body, the ISUBK, where you can find out who you are, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, because we know what Christianity taught you. It taught you that God loves everybody. But when you get into America, you find out that if we live by the American God, you find out that God only loves the so-called Caucasian people, because they're the only people who really flourish in this land, who don't really see as much poverty, and if they do see it, it's by their own choice, by their own dealings. It's not like somebody put up a systematic block in front of them and told them to crash, like they've done us in the past, that you can see in history. That's why we have to educate ourselves and be who God called us to be. If the Lord called you to come to these classes, you start looking and you say, you know what? I'm interested. That's not even you. That's the Lord. And you know what I'm saying? I know we like to take credit for a lot of things, but the Lord does everything. He guides our steps in every way. Hell, he got me telling me, hurry up and get to class. Do not be late. Salaki about that, because where I'm coming from, there's super traffic. But yeah, it's all about getting these classes and actually learning and educating yourself on who you are, who your people were. That's why it's very important. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the alphabets. Normally, I start with the ancient. So if you do need an alphabetical chart, I can send you a chart. If you are on Facebook, I can go ahead and send it to you via Messenger. No problem. But if you are watching from YouTube, go ahead and put your email in, and I can send it to you through your email. It's no sweat. You might want to take it home, and start working on it. When you think about it, when you first come in, it's almost like saying you're a babe in Christ. It's all, being a babe in Christ again. So when you start getting educated again, you start learning things again. So you could take your time with this, learning your ABCs and all those things. This is your language, but you are a baby to your language because they stripped you from it. You've been taken out of your language, out of your heritage. You've been taken out of your dietary law. You don't know many things. They've taught you everything but who you were. We've been taught to be confused. In actuality, we haven't been taught who we are. I was watching a class yesterday. It was crazy because Cap was talking about Gad, speaking of Native American, and talking about the different tribes. And basically, he was just asking, like, why is Gad so divided? I mean, how Gad has these different tribes. It's because Gad doesn't even know they're Gad. They just think they're Native American tribe, just like we think we're just black and we're in South Central in this part, in this region. Then you got people in New York. If we were like the Native Americans, we would call ourselves Central Park African Americans, and you would have South Central, whatever, because that's how we would divide each other. Because we would never say, "Well, we are one tribe," but in actuality, Gad is Gad. There is no difference in the Gad tribes. It's just the fact that they divided us so they could conquer us. So that's why we've been separated, because to divide and conquer. That's what I got from that yesterday. But I'm gonna go ahead and go into the alphabets. Let me know if you guys do need a chart, or if you can't see, let me know so we can work that out. I'm going to go ahead and start with the ancient. Looking for sound. Well, but I guess I'll just use my hand. Okay, I'm going to go into the sounds. Slovakia. Gotcha. Okay, here we go. I'm going to ahead. This is ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, kwa, ra, shata. Another thing, I think I was kind of moving a little too fast. Let me slow down. When it comes to in the Lashawn Qadash, the English language, you write from left to right. In the Lashawn Qadash, you write from right to left. So you may have seen me going ba ga da because you write when you read the Lashawn, you would be reading from right to left and so forth like that. Other than not like unlike the English language where you read from left to right. Just to not get you guys confused, I'll go over the sounds again. Remember this is the ancient alphabet. This is a, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, ta. I got you from. I'll send you one right now. No sweat. Send that off. Just bear with me a second. I'm just trying to send a brother a chart. Whew. Slovakia. Man, where's this chart at? I want to do that one. You don't want that one. Her? Ooh, give me this. Oh, Slovakia. There it is. I had to go in because I'll be having to go through my emails just to even find the chart. Excuse me. Bear with me for a quick second. I'm going to send it to you right now, brother. Oh yeah. Okay, I sent that chart to you, Salakia. Thank y'all for bearing with me on that. Just trying to send people some charts, so they could go home and exercise it. I'm gonna go over this sound again, and then we're gonna go straight into the Assyrian. So it's ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha. Remember, this is the cha with the ch, the cha. There's a ka sound, but it's not the cha. So remember when you see that ch, it's a cha. Cha, ta, ya, cha, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, kwa, ra, sha, ta. And those are the sounds of the Lashawn Qadash. The ancient, the alphabet sound does not change. The characters of the alphabets between the ancient and the Assyrian is the only thing that changes. But as far as the sounds, the abba, gada, how, that does not change. Just worry about the characters between the ancient and the Assyrians changing. But as far as the sounds, it doesn't change. It's the same. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write out the Assyrian. This is the ancient. Remember, let me know if you do need a chart. I can send one to you via Messenger. If you are on YouTube, go ahead and put your email in, and I can send it to you via email, no sweat. Take it home, work on it, you know. Oh yes, that's another. Yeah, no problem. I got you, Tommy. Let me see. Sticking up in the back. The water, which means thank you in the Hebrew. Anytime you hear somebody say the water, that means thank you. And if you hear after you hear the water ayanda bar, means you're welcome. I sent that over to you, Tommy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go over the sounds right now. Like I did that. That shit did like this on the chart. This is Abagadaha was Zachataya Kalamana Sai I Patazakwa Rashata. I know you might be asking, what are some of these characters? You're looking at, well, this right here is Ka. But when it comes to the Assyrian and this double characters, when it comes to the Assyrian and the double characters, the first Ka is used in the beginning or the middle of a word. The second Ka is used always at the end of a word. Example, my name is Kapar, which is Kapar, which means he is clean. When you would write Kapar out, or if I was to write it in the Assyrian, I would use this first character only because it's in the beginning of my name. The Ka, that first Ka is in the beginning of my name, so I'm gonna use that. Now, if my name was Limka, say my name was Limka, and Ka was at the end of my name, I would use this second Ka only because it's at the end of the word. That's the only time you're gonna use this second character. It's at the end of a word. This first character is used in the beginning of the word or the middle of the word. The second character is always used at the end of a word. When the word ends with la pa, say that was the pa. You see the pa. Say the end. If you want to use the second character, it would be la pa or la. With the p at the end, the pa at the end, you would use the second character pa. That's when you would use that. I'll give you an example when we go do some vocabulary. So on how to use these double characters. I'm going to go over the sounds again. You seen that? I text you.
My phone is there.
Oh, go over the sound. This is Abagada Hawazakhataya Khalamanasa Ipatazakwa Rashata. You ready? I'll go to the sounds one more time, then I'm going to erase it. Abagadaha Wazakhataya Khalamanasa Ipatazakwa Rashata. And those are the sounds of the Lashawn, but these are the Assyrian characters. Let me erase it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase that. And then we're going to just go into the vocabulary. The word future in Hebrew would be I, the, Yod. In the ancient, they have a thing called connectors. Look, anytime you see this right here under an alphabet, it makes that alphabet singular. Anytime you see a character like this under between two word alphabets, because that's where it's going to be, it brings those sounds, it connects those sounds. It connects those sounds. So when you read this out, this is just sounding it out in the English, I the Yah. But when I'm actually writing in the Hebrew, I'm writing I the Yad. That's how I would write it in the Hebrew. It actually in the ancient for the word future. Like the word, like I would say, I will watch. I will watch. And this could be a male or a female saying this. And Shamar. I will watch is Anya Shamar. Anya Shamar is how you would say I will watch in Hebrew. Anya Shamar. When you're saying you as a male, I'm gonna put you, and I'm gonna put male, put a plus with it. When you would say you as a male, a male is Ta. Shamar. Write that out on the ancient. Now we're gonna write you as a female. Just Ata. Ta. Shamar. Yeah. Difference is the woman has the yeah. Yeah. We'll say he. He is. Hawa. Hawa. Ya. Hawa. Shamar. That was he. That was his she. Haya. Ah. Da. Shamar. Shamar. Now we Anak, Anakna, Nawa, Naknawa, Na, Shamar. How you would put we? You actually get it. See? I'm going to go ahead and erase it. All right, first word is come. The word for come in the Hebrew is ba-ah. Is how you would say come in the Hebrew. Next word is command. The word for command in the Hebrew is ma-tazah wa. The next word is companion. The word for companion in Hebrew is chabar. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. So ba ah. That's how you would write that. Ba ah. That's how you would write that in the ancient. Ba ah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. That's how you would write it in the Assyrian. Now I'm moving on to the next one, which is command. The word for command is, let's make sure. Ma tazawa. Ma tazawa is how you would say command. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write it out in the ancient. Ma taza wa ba. That's how you would write that in the ancient. Remember, the ancient doesn't have double characters. That's when it comes to the Assyrian has double characters. Now I'm going into the Assyrian. Speaking of double characters, the ma in the beginning is a double character, so you would use the first ma because you use the beginning ma in the beginning. I mean, the first ma in the beginning and the middle of the word. The second ma is only used at the end of the word. In this case, it's in the beginning of the word, so you're going to use the first ma. So that's ma. Tazah is also a double character. Since it's in the middle of the word, you're going to use the first character. Remember, the first character is used in the beginning or the middle of a word. In this case, it's in the middle of the word, so you're going to use the first character. So, ma tazah. Then you're going to say wa. You're going to write the wa. And then you're going to put the ta. That's how you would write that in the Assyrian. Ma tazah wa. Now I'm going to go into the next word, which is companion. The word for companion is khabar. So in the ancient, you're going to do the kha. That's kha. Then you're going to write the ba, and then the ra. That's how you would write. Now you got to do the connectors. The singular, that singular kha, and the ba and the ra put together, connect that, makes khabar. That's how you would write khabar in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the, I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. That's the kha, the bar, and the ra. That's a kha, ba, r. Kabar, kabar. That's how you'd write it. The Assyrian doesn't have those connectors. You know, just like the ancient doesn't have the double characters. There's a difference in it. So the first word is come. The word for come is ba'ah. This is how you'd write ba'ah in the ancient. This is how you'd write ba'ah in the Assyrian. This next word is command. The word for command is ma tazawaf. This is how you'd write ma tazawaf in the ancient. This is how you'd write ma tazawaf in the Assyrian. The next word is companion. The word for companion is khabar. This is how you'd write khabar in the ancient. This is how you'd write khabar in the Assyrian. The next word is conductor. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but we make it to be a D. The word for conductor is ma, na, tazat. Next word is congregation. The word for congregation in the Hebrew is Ida. The next word is conquer. The word for conquer in the Hebrew is ma, na, tazat. I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. Ma, na, ta, za, cha. So, ma, na, ta, za. That ma is a double character. It's the beginning character since it's the first character since the beginning of the word. You use that first character of the ma. The first character of the na since it's in the middle of the word. Ta. Mata. Za. Ha. So you'd write that in the Assyrian. Next word is congregation. The word is the word for congregation is Ida. I. So you write Ida in the Assyrian. H. next word is conquer. The word for conquer is manatazat. First, I'm going to write it out in the ancient. So, ma, na. Ma, singular, na, singular. So not connected. The ma, the double character, since it's the first character of the ma because it's in the beginning of the word. The first na, because it's in the middle of the word. Shazak is also a double character, and it's in the middle of the word. If it was at the end of the word, you would use the second character, but since it's in the middle of the word, use the first character. Shazak. That's how you would write that in Assyrian. The first word is conductor. The word for conductor is manatazak. This is how you'd write manatazak in the ancient. This is how you'd write manatazak in the Assyrian. The next word is congregation. The word for congregation is Ida. This is how you'd write Ida in the ancient. This is how you'd write Ida in the Assyrian. The next word is conquer. The word for conquer is manatazak. This is how you'd write manatazak in the ancient. This is how you'd write manatazak in the Assyrian. All right. The next word is counselor. The word for counselor in Hebrew is Yah Y Tazah. Yahweh Tazah. The next word is cow. The word for cow in Hebrew is Ha Ra. The next word is create. The word for create is Ba Ra. I'm going to go ahead and write them out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. And since tazah is at the end of the word, you're going to use the second character tazah. Now moving on to the next word. The word is cow. The word for cow is para. So I'm going to start off in the ancient with the pa, the ra, and the ha. Now singular pa, and then the ra and the ha put together, ra, you make the connector. That's how you would get pa ra. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. Since the pa is a double character, since the pa is in the beginning of the word, you're going to write the first character pa. Pa, then the ra, and then the ha. That's how you would write para. The next word is create. The word for create is ba ra. Ba ra. That's the ba and the ra. And that's in the ancient. I'm going to write it in the Assyrian. It's the ba and the ra. That's how you'd write that in the Assyrian. The first word is counselor. The word for counselor is Yahweh Tazah. This is how you'd write Yahweh Tazah in the ancient. This is how you'd write Yahweh Tazah in the Assyrian. The next word is cow. The word for cow is para. This is how you write para in the ancient. This is how you write para in the Assyrian. The next word is create. The word for create is bara. This is how you write bara. Salaki, let me put those on. I forgot to put that over it. That's single. That's single. Okay. The first word, the word is bara. This is how you write bara in the ancient. This is how you write bara in the Assyrian. The next word is cry. The word for cry in the Hebrew is tizah rock. The next word is curse. The word for curse in Hebrew is ara. Arar. Arar. Next word is cut. The word for cut is ka Karath. Karath is how you would say cut. I'm going to go ahead and write them out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. Tizah, Ra. The next word is curse. The word for curse is arar. So Ra. The next word is cut. The word for cut is karaf. Ka. The first word is cry. The word for cry is tizarat. This is how you write tizarat. In the ancient, this is how you write tizarat. In the Syrian, the next word is curse. The word for curse is arar. This is how you write arar in the ancient. This is how you write arar in the Assyrian. The next word is cut. The word for cut is karath. This is how you write karath in the ancient. This is how you write karath in the Assyrian. The next word is darkness. The word for darkness in the Hebrew is chashak. Chashak. The next word is daughter. The word for daughter in Hebrew is banah. The next word is day. The word for day in Hebrew is yawam. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. The the sha, and the cha. So you write that. Kasha. Oh, second ka. Because the ka is at the end in the Assyrian, you're going to use the ka is a double character. So you're going to use the second character of the ka only because it's at the end of a word. That's when you use that second character of the ka at the end of a word. The next word is daughter. The word for daughter is banath. Okay, so we're going to start with the Assyrian. It's the ba, the na, and the ta. Ba, singular, na. Simple. Ba, the na is, you can use the first character because it's in the middle. Na, ta. Bam. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. Moving on, the next word is day. The word for day is yawam. So you're going to start with the ya, the wa, and the ma. Wow. And since it's the second character, now we're using the second character of the ma because it's at the end of a word. That's the second character of the ma. Okay, the first word is darkness. The word for darkness in the Hebrew is chashak. This is how you write chashak in the ancient. This is how you write chashak in the Assyrian. The next word is daughter. The word for daughter is banath. This is how you write banath in the ancient. This is how you write banath in the Assyrian. The next word is day. The word for day is yawam. This is how you write yawam in the ancient. This is how you write yawam in the Assyrian. Go ahead and erase that, and then we'll go on to the next set of words. The next word is debt. The word for debts in the Hebrew is kawab, wath. Kawab wath. Kawab wath is how you would say debt. Next word is deep. The word for deep in the Hebrew is da, ha, wam. Dahawam. Dahawam is how you would say that. Next word is deliver. The word for deliver in Hebrew is ha, tiza, y'all. Ha, tiza, y'all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and the Assyrian. Ha, wa, ba, wa, da. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. I'm going to go to the next word. The next word is deep. The word for deep is dahawam. So ha, wa, ma. Dahawam. Da, ha, and that's the second character of the ma. So, bam. Next word is deliver. The word for deliver is ha, tiza, y'all. So ha, tiza, ya. Tiza. Since tiza We're starting. We're in the mid. We're on the second. We're on the last one, but we're writing in the Assyrian, and right now we're on Tizah. This is right in the middle of the word, so you're gonna use the first character of the Tizah. So let's use Ha Tizah Ya La Y'all. Ha Tizah Y'all. The first word is debt. The word for debt is Kawawath. Kawawath. This is how you write Kawawath in the ancient. This is how you write Kawawath in the Assyrian. The next word is deep. The word for deep is Dahawam. This is how you write Dahawam in the ancient. This is how you write Dahawam in the Assyrian. Next word, deliver. The word for deliver is Hatazayal. This is how you write Hatazayal in the ancient. This is how you write Hatazayal in the Assyrian. The next word, descend. The word for descend is Yerad. The next word, destroy. The word for destroy in Hebrew is Abad. It looks like all bad, but it's Abad. Abad is destroy. The next word is dictionary. The word for dictionary in the Hebrew is Malawan. Malawan. I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. So, Ya, Ra. Next word is destroy, which is Abad. This is Ah. Next word is dictionary. The word for dictionary is Malawam. Ma la wam. The first word is descend. The word for descend is Yerad. Yerad. This is how you'd write Yerad in the ancient. This is how you write Yerad in the Assyrian. The next word is destroy. The word for destroy is Abad. This is how you'd write Abad in the ancient. This is how you write Abad in the Assyrian. The next word is dictionary. The word for dictionary is Malawan. This is how you'd write Malawan in the ancient. This is how you write Malawan in the Assyrian. Yes, Assyrian is a part of the Hebrew language. When it comes to the Assyrian is just another character. It was just a different time. It was during when the Assyrians held the Israelites. And they learned. They learned under the Israelites really, but we wrote in the Assyrian, the Hebrew. But like I said, the alphabet never changed. So whenever you see those characters, they sounded out the same. The Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zakataya, those are still the same. The only thing is the characters of the alphabets change. That's just like the ABCs being the same sound. It's just the characters change. That's the only difference between the Assyrian when it comes to the writing. When we comparing them right now, we know the ancient was way before the Assyrian. It came during. The Assyrian came during the Assyrian times. These are different captivities. But as far as what we like to speak, we like the ancient Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew. But we know there was different time periods when the Assyrian came in, when it was the Assyrian captivity. So we learned the Assyrian. We learned to write the Hebrew. It was still the Hebrew language. It was just in the Assyrian. If that makes any sense to you guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase this, and then we're going to go into the next one. Where I go, kind of good. Came in handy. Next word is die. The word for die in Hebrew, mawath, wath. The next word is difficult. The word for difficult is ga, sha. Next word, diligent. Which I have a brother named Diligent. Diligent in Hebrew is cha, ra, tazah. That's how you would say diligent in Hebrew. Karatazah. I'm going to start off with the first one, which is mawa. So ma, wa, and the ta. Singular, wa. Connect those sounds together. Connect it. Next word, difficult. The word for difficult is gasha. So ga, sha, ha. Ga, sha, ha. Next word, diligent. So cha, ra, tazah. Oh, shoot. Oh, well, messed up. All right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna use the second character of the Tizah, only because the Tizah is at the end of the word. Alright, go. Alright, the first word is die. The word for die is mawath. That's how you write mawath. In the ancient, is how you write mawath in the Assyrian. The next word is difficult. The word for difficult is kashab. This is how you write. Oh, so I must not have. Okay, this is how you write kashab in the Assyrian. The next word is diligent. The word for diligent is karatazah. That's how you write karatazah in the ancient. That's how you write karatazah in the Assyrian. Let me go back and go to the top because I forgot to do mawab in the Assyrian. So the ma, first character of the ma because it's in the beginning of the word. Then the wa, and the tha. That's how you would write it in the Assyrian. Next word is divide. The word for divide is palag. Next word is do. The word for do is die. Right? The word for dog. The next one is dog. The word for dog in the Hebrew is ka lab. Starting in the ancient, the pa, the la, and the ga. The first word divide, the word for divide is palag. This is how you write palag in the ancient. This is how you write palag in the Assyrian. The next word is do. The word for do is die. This is how you write die in the ancient. This is how you write die in the Assyrian. The next word is dog. The word for dog is collab. This is how you write collab in the ancient. This is how you write collab in the Assyrian. The next word is doing. The word for doing in Hebrew is dawah. Dawah. The next word is door. The word for door in Hebrew was dawah. Next word is don't. The word in the Hebrew for don't is ayan. The next word is down. The word for down in Hebrew is matah. Next word is dream. The word for dream is kalam. Go ahead and write all these down in the ancient and in the Assyrian. First one is doing dawah. So dawah. The first word is doing. The word for doing is dawah. That's how you write dawah in the ancient. That's how you write dawah in the Syrian. The next word is door. The word for door is dalah. This is how you write dalah in the ancient. This is how you write dalah in the Syrian. The next word is don't. The word for don't is ayan. This is how you write ayan in the ancient. This is how you write ayan in the Assyrian. The next word is down. The word for down is matah. This is how you write matah in the ancient. This is how you write matah in the Assyrian. The next word is dream. The word for dream is chalam. This is how you write chalam in the ancient. This is how you write chalam in the Assyrian. Hey, we're going to be out of here. I'll see you guys next week where we're going to continue on this Lashawn, this holy tongue, the biblical language that the Lord has given us. And with that, shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah Barakathum to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Ilatah Bahasham, Yahweh Shah to the sisters.